Alright, this is going to be a quick guide for all the Yama combat achievements that just released at the time of me making this video. There are a total of 11 combat achievements for Yama, and it can really be broken down into 4 or 5 different achievements. So you have the normal kill count achievements, kill Yama once, and kill Yama 50 times. You have the standard speed combat achievements for Elite, Master, and Grandmaster, which if you just do the Grandmaster one, it counts for all 3, obviously. You have this random standalone one, no toppings, no drinks, thanks, which is just doing a kill without drinking any potions or eating any food, except for plain pizza for some reason you could use for healing, but isn't really required. And you have this Grandmaster combat achievement, Contract Choreographer, which is 3 other combat achievements in one: Shadow Dancer, Firefighter, and Back So Soon, which I will get into in a little bit. There is one other Grandmaster combat achievement for Yama, which is to just do any of the Yama contracts, and I won't go over that in this video, as my last video is a guide on the contract Forfeit Breath, which is considered by far the easiest of all of them, so I would recommend just watching that. So now I'll go over the gear setup I used for each CA, and there's really only 3 different setups. First, starting with Contract Choreographer, which is basically just a perfect kill. I bring max melee for phase 1 and 2, and either you or your partner will horn spec, and then the other person will do 1 Elder Maul like a normal kill. And the max mage and a Cursed Scepter is for P3, and I'll explain why I bring this as I go over the kill. Phase 1 and 2 of the fight are pretty much the same, so I will only show phase 1, but the things to note are you can't get hit off prayer, so flick mage and range between melee hits accordingly. You can't get hit by the fire waves or fire attacks, you can't get hit by the shadow waves or shadow attacks, and if void flares end up spawning, you must kill them with a special attack, so just designate one person between the 2 of you to do a regular purging staff hit and then a purging staff spec to kill it for both flares. In this kill, we had the late flare spawn cycle, so we didn't have to worry about them. For each judge fight in phase 1 and phase 2, you cannot attack it with the wrong style, so always remember to mage first, then melee and rotate. You cannot get hit by the fire surge attacks, and you must kill it before you take a second hit of damage, so you can't stay in the realm for too long. For phase 3 of the fight, you must pray all overheads correctly, you must dodge all shadow waves, and you must dodge the falling meteors by moving 1 tile at a time only, as seen in this clip, which is the shadow crash attack referred to in the Shadow Dancer CA. I find maging and skipping back here the easiest, but you could also have both people stand in melee distance and kill flares as they spawn, so you only need to dodge waves and not the meteors. You will notice my partner Wolfie is dono flying the entire P3, and that's because all of these 4 CAs are player-sided, so whether he has it done already or fails it himself, it will not affect your completions. I would recommend taking turns with someone to get a faster P3 instead of both players trying to do the CA at the same time. So for the next CA, no toppings, no drinks, thanks. It's just a standard melee kill with some prayer flicking. I would pre-pot at the bank, anti-poison, super combat, and prayer regen. And you could take a few pizzas for safety, but I didn't end up using any. Also, SGS spec on the judge will fail this CA, however the Falador Shield Prayer Recharge does work. Now for the final group of CAs, the speed times. The objective here is to average 2 minutes and 34 seconds over the previous 4 kills, meaning the kill only tracks if you finish it. So if the pace of a kill is bad, you can teleport out and reset it, and the game will still remember any previous kill times before that. I am on Lunar Spellbook for Venge and Spellbook Swap for Thralls and Death Charge. You also don't need Purging Staff because you will be shadowing the judge. I bring Burning Claws to spec with after the initial phase 1 Elder Maul spec, and the Scythe is for an extra hit during the Dono Fly, but it isn't necessary. I will pre-pot at the bank, only bringing a Sandfew and a Surge Potion for an extra spec. The most important thing in this setup are these Snowy Knights, which you can set your left click to release in order to heal 15 HP at a time without losing any attacks, as you will see me do during an example kill. Also, I still bring a few hard food, which you can eat at the end of a judge kill to not lose any time. Make sure you pre-venge before starting the kill, so you can have a venge for the first and second glyph attack of each phase. You could also have the tank step back on the first hit, so your venge cannot break from a melee, as the first glyph attack always follows after the first hit. The most important thing during the kill is to always stay high HP without losing ticks, so you always have enough HP to tank a venge, as the big fireball can hit up to an 82 on phase 2. I try to snowy night as much as I can after each avenge without losing any ticks, as well as making sure I thrall for phase 1 and phase 2, as well as getting off death charge. I will let this kill play out in full, but that covers all the combat achievements. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments, and I hope this guide helped in some way.